.22 long rifle. Will it save your life? Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So, in case you didn't catch it from the intro, we're going to talk a little bit about .22 today, and if it's a viable option for self-defense and home protection. So, and just to please the internet police, the firearms I'm going to show you in this video have all been cleared. There's no ammunition in them. They are safe. Also, if you're new to the channel, just disclaimer, I am not a firearms instructor. I'm not a firearms expert. I am a guy who got into guns to protect himself and his family, and decided to start a YouTube channel to help other new gun owners learn from some of the mistakes I've made along the way, to help you guys make good decisions and hopefully save you some time, money, and make a good decision for yourself. So let's get into the video. Is .22 viable for home protection? I tell you what, if we weren't in the middle of an ammunition shortage right now, I'd probably, a few months ago, I would have told you no. .22 is good for plinking, hunting small varmints, that sort of thing. But if you want something to protect your family in your home, you need to be looking, if it's handgun ammo, like 45 or 40 caliber or 9mm or 380 or something like that. If you're talking like an AR-15, since I have one sitting here, you know, the most popular is .223 or .556. Those are much better rounds than a .22. What I've noticed, though, and the reason I'm making this video is I spend probably more time than I should in gun stores, just because I enjoy it to see what they have. And I've seen it several times over the last few months where new gun owners go in, they make their decision to make their purchase, and then they find out that the gun shop in their town and that they're in, and most of the other ones in town, are completely out of the ammunition they need for the gun they just purchased because it's just been sold out. And that catches them off guard. In fact, 3 nights ago, I was in one of my favorite gun stores, and I was just looking around, and I was on this side of the gun case, and there was a young couple on the other side of the gun case, as close to me as you guys are on the camera right now. And they were working with the salesperson to purchase their first firearm. This couple was probably in their mid to late 20s, and again, they had made their decision to get a gun. They finally had kind of narrowed it down, from what I understood, to two different guns, and they asked their salesperson a question that he didn't have the answer to, and like a good salesperson should do, that he said, you know, honestly, I don't really know the answer to that. Let me go check with one of my coworkers, because I know he has experience with this that I don't, and I'll be right back. Which is good. He didn't make up anything. This is an important topic, so he went to get the right answer. So more power to him. In the meantime, I just kind of struck up a conversation with them, and I said, hey, sounds like you're just getting your first gun. That's got to be exciting for you, and it's a good decision. If you don't mind me asking, what guns are you looking at? Mainly, I was just curious. And he said, well, this one and this one, which one of them was a concealed carry size 9mm, and one was an even smaller, like a compact, like a pocket carry 380. And I said, yeah, those are both good choices, depending on what you want to do with it. And I said, but did I hear you tell your salesperson that you're looking for something you can go home and load up tonight and be able to protect your house with if need be? And they're like, well, yeah, that's the whole point. We wanted to get a gun. I'm like, well, I was just over in the ammo section, and just so you know, they are completely sold out of both 380 and 9mm. And it's been that way for a while, because I look here quite a bit. And they're like, well, wait a minute. If I buy this gun, they don't have ammo for it? And I said, no, they don't. In fact, that's why part of the reason I was here tonight, I was just trying to see if they had gotten any in, because they've been sold out for a few days. So, not to get too long on that, but so he said, well, wait a minute. So this little 380 I'm looking at, they also have a version chambered in .22. Did they have any .22 over there? And I'm like, well, yeah, they do. And initially my reaction was like, well, .22 is not great for home protection, but I didn't want to do that, because that's not my decision to make their choice for them. So I told them, yeah, they have .22 over there. So then their salesman came back, and I said, hey, you guys have fun. And I just went on with my business. But on my way home, I'm like, gosh, I tell you what. If someone were to ask me right now if .22 would be a good option to protect themselves with, what would I tell them? And in all reality, I decided, well, I tell you what. If it's their first gun and they have no ammunition, and they're looking to get something with it, then yeah, .22 right now is a good option to look at. compared to an empty gun. Because let's be honest, if I buy a 9mm over here that's completely empty to try to protect myself with, well, that does me no good unless you happen to have an intruder that gets scared just because you're playing a gun with them. That's a pretty big gamble with your life and your family's life. Realistically, in that situation, if I have a gun I can't get ammo for, and don't laugh, but I stole this out of my daughter's toolbox a few minutes ago, I can protect my home and family better with this than I can with an empty gun. But you do have choices if you can't find that 9mm or 45. So here are a couple 22s, since we're talking about 22s. I've got an old Ruger Mark I, so great reliable gun. This has a 9-round magazine, so you can hold 9 plus 1 in the chamber, so you have 10 rounds of ammunition in this to protect yourself if need be. This is a Taurus TX22. This holds a total of 16 in the magazine plus 1, so you have 17 rounds potentially you can have in this. So, is 22 going to stop an intruder in the first shot? Probably not, but I tell you what, if someone breaks in your house or trying to get your family and you unload 10 rounds of ammunition of 22 with them, if they don't get dropped, they're at least going to probably rethink their decision and hopefully go away. Same thing with this. Now you have 17 rounds. I tell you what, if you hit somebody with 17 rounds of 22, they're probably not coming too much further with you. They're going to be in a world of hurt. Why in the world do I have an AR here if I'm talking about 22? Well, this particular 22 is chambered in the most popular rounds for ARs, which is 223 and 556, which are in the same boat right now. In the ammunition shortage, those rounds of ammunition are all but impossible to find, and if you do, it's pretty expensive right now. So, and again, if you already have a stockpile of that ammunition, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about the person who buys their first AR and finds out they don't have ammunition. You do have choices if you're going to do that. If you can't find the proper ammo for it, you can buy a conversion for this in the meantime that allows this rifle to shoot 22. So what happens is it replaces your bolt carrier group, and then this particular one comes with 3 magazines that hold 25 rounds. So if I've just purchased, I'm a new gun owner and I just purchased my first AR and I can't get ammo for it, well, now I can. I got 25 rounds of 22 in this, and I tell you what, 25 rounds of 22 into an intruder in your house probably has a good chance of stopping them. You know, 1 round of regular is probably better, but here's the reality of it right now. If all you can find is 22 and you're just in a position where you've made the decision and you think you just need to have the gun now, you don't feel like waiting, then absolutely consider something with a 22 right now. And then down the road, when things calm down and the ammo becomes more prevalent, maybe you can get something with a 9mm or a 25, or take the bolt carrier group and just get the right ammo for this. But right now, 22 is probably a viable option for people in lieu of having nothing at all. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I just wanted to do it to make you think about alternatives right now. So again, not to tell you to run out and get a 22 if you can get the other calibers, but it's something to think about. So think about it and make the decision for yourself. I just wanted to pose a couple sides for it. So if you like videos like this and you like the content that comes from the channel, I would hope that you share with your friends and hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you in future videos. All right, guys, shoot safe.